What is up, guys? It's your boy Torius, back again with another video. I said I'm back again with another video. And today I'm going to be talking about how you got her over your place. Now what? Right? So smash the like button, comment below what you think, subscribe if you're new. Let's get into it. So a lot of times we'll invite a girl over, right? We'll be like, hey, come through, right? And she'll come through. And we'll be like, oh shit, she actually came through, right? But what do you do now? You got her on the couch, you got her in your bed, you got her on whatever. How are you gonna, what's next? What's next, Victorious? Well, in my experience, I'm just kidding. Basically, you know, you always want to have a plan, right? Anytime a girl comes over, you always want to have some type of plan at least. Like, it doesn't have to be the craziest plan. Say, I'm gonna talk to her for like 20 minutes. I'm gonna say this to kiss her or whatever to start rubbing her or whatever. And then a lot of times the girl will help you, right? Girls make it easy for you when they like you. So if she's over, she's gonna help you flirt, right? She's gonna flirt back with you because she wants you, right? If she wants your dick, she's gonna help you flirt. She's gonna be like, bringing up some sexual topic, right? Like, I remember one time I had this girl come over and we were just talking about regular shit, and then she was like, so when you go to the gym, does your dick get hard? Right? She just said that to me out of nowhere, and I was, you know, like, I guess we were talking about the gym, but it's like she brought it up, right? She made it real easy to talk about sex. So I was like, all right. Like, if a girl does something like that, because normally dudes are the ones that bring up sex first, right? Like, we shouldn't ever worry about girls being like, oh, I hate when a dude brings up sex, right? Yeah, because, you know, girls be lying. It's your job most of the time to just bring it up, right? You just gotta say something like it's like my friend always told me. You gotta always bring up the sex, like a sexual topic, right? Like, I remember one time, I was talking to my ex, and I just asked her, like, because I was watching this RSD video, and the dude, I think his name was, I forgot. It wasn't Tyler, it was the other dude. And he was like, oh, you know, you just bring up something sexual, like, oh, so let's say that you're about to fuck a dude and his dick is little. Like, what would you think? The way he explained it was that he said that basically, he's basically saying how, like, he was basically explaining how when you say, like, something like, oh, what would you do if you're about to have sex with a dude and his dick was little? It's like making her mind think like, oh, why is he asking that? Like, is his dick little? And it gets her thinking about your dick, basically, right? And that's basically all you want her doing, is just think about sex. Because once you get her thinking about sex, then she'll think about sex with you. And then it makes it easier to just, like, slide in the topic and whatever. Because a lot of times, like, I had this girl over a couple days ago, and, you know, like, we were just talking, shooting the shit. We were just talking about regular shit. And, you know, I'm like in my head thinking, like, okay, how can I turn this topic sexual, right? Like, how can I make this, because it was like that boring talk, you know, like that small talking shit. And I was trying to get it to be as sexual as quick as possible, right? So I was like, how can I turn this into a sexual situation? So, you know, honestly, I had no idea, right? So I was just like, oh, she was talking about excitement. So I was just like, all right, close your eyes. So I told her close her eyes, and I wanted to go kiss her, right? And then I was like, oh, I wanted to give you some excitement, right? And, you know, basically that's all you got to really do. I feel like that's the easiest way to make something happen, right? To just say, oh, close your eyes. She did it, right? So a lot of times it works because she's like expecting you to kiss her, and it takes a little bit of the pressure off of you, because it's like you don't have to worry about, like, being rejected too much, right? Like, even if you do get rejected, it's not that harsh, because it's like it wasn't like you were doing something sexual. You just told her to close her eyes. That's it, right? All you did was say, close your eyes. And, you know, she did it. So even if she doesn't do it, it's like it's not really anything that she can accuse you of. You feel me? There's easier ways to do it too, right? Like you just say something about her lips, like, oh, or even just say, hey, you know what, I want to kiss you right now, right? I just want to give you a kiss. And you know, a lot of times it's not a really, because in the movies have you thinking like, oh, it has to be this special crazy thing. Why I say is, I feel like it's best to just get it out the way, right? Because to me, kissing is just like, it's just an invitation to say like, hey, yeah, you know what, sex is on the table, it's a possibility, it is all right, right? It's all right to be going more with me, right? Because a lot of time, even if you get rejected by a girl when you try kissing her, it kind of makes you a little more like the way that, depending on how you take it, right? Like depending on how you brush it off, and if it's not weird or awkward or whatever, it's like it allows a little more comfortability and a little more like wiggle room, right? Because she already knows, like you already revealed your hand to her, right? So it's like there's not really that much more you have to lose, because a lot of times dating coaches will be like, oh, you know, you want her like thinking, oh, does he like me? You want her wondering like that, like getting into her mind and shit. Like honestly, I don't give a fuck. Because the thing is, I try kissing girls a lot of times, and then they go like, you know. But then I do it again, and then they're with it, right? And then we start doing more stuff, you know. Like a lot of times the girl would just like, a lot of times the girl will literally just refuse your advance the first time, right? And she'll see, because the thing is, a lot of times we can't give up. Like I'm not saying I'm no rape shit. I'm just saying like, you just can't be defeated, right? You can't let her defeat you. There's a difference between forcing yourself and being and not being defeated, right? Like forcing yourself means that you don't really have the confidence to get into it, to penetrate her, right? It means that you don't have the confidence to penetrate her. So you're forcing it, right? You're not going with the flow. You're not in your confidence, right? Confidence is going with the flow. Forcing it is resistance. You're resisting her, right? You're not, as a dude, you're not supposed to resist her. She's supposed to resist you, right? That's why we work out and we do like strength training, because we work with resistance. We get used to resistance. She's not supposed to resist. You're not supposed to resist her. Girls don't be doing that. Girls just be, girls are more resisting themselves, right? Girls work on resisting themselves. Men work on dealing with resistance, right? That's why men work out and lift weights, heavy weights, and women, they do cardio, right? Cardio is basically just resisting yourself, resisting the urge to quit. It's endurance, right? Because like girls, they can smash so many dudes, but they gotta resist their urge. They gotta resist themselves. That's why they run. That's why they do like little girl weights, because the way to a girl having a good body is her resisting herself, basically. If that makes sense, right? So you're not supposed to force it, because forcing it is basically resisting her. You're supposed to have the confidence, which is going with the flow and going with her flow, right? Like let's say that she rejects you, right? She refuses your kiss. Like you go in for the kiss, but then she's like, ooh, right? You know, you just gotta play it off, right? Like still just be in the flow, like you know, like be light. Don't hold it against, because I remember the first couple times when I first started talking to girls and stuff, I'll try kissing them, and then they reject my advances. But as time grew past, I would try to kiss girls, and then they would resist, but then again, like they would do more shit, like we'd end up fucking anyways. So it's like over time, the more you do it, the more times it happens to you, you just build that confidence. And then, you know, like I could go and kiss a girl, and then she rejects me, and I'm not gonna I won't feel nothing, right? A lot of times we just feel stuff, but it's like I'm not feeling anything. So when you don't feel anything, it's easy to just like brush it off. You feel me? Like it's easy to just like play it off and shit, and just be like, oh, I'm cool, I'm chilling. You know, I'm not really moved by it. I'm not affected by it. You know. And when she feels that you're comfortable being rejected, then she'll open up more, right? She'll see like, damn, this dude really, you know, like he just got rejected by me, and it didn't hurt him, right? So it's like the world, right? Just because someone says no doesn't mean that you can take no for an answer, right? Like there's a difference between being told no and killing someone because they told you no, or forcing yourself to be in somewhere because they said no, and being told no and working on yourself and getting stronger yourself, getting better yourself. And then like a lot of times you'll hear people be like, oh, I tried publishing my book like 17 times, 18 times, and they every time they said no. Every time my movie got rejected 60 times, but then eventually I said yes. There's a difference between being told no and forcing yourself. Like, they could have gone to the director and be like, create my movie or else, and then they just like shoot the director or whatever if they say no. Or making themselves better, perfecting their craft, making better scripts, making better writing, making better whatever, and then being told yes because they're good. Because you only get told yes when you're good. If you're told no, it's because you're not good, right? It's because you're not good. You're not good enough to be on that level. You feel me? So it's like she's saying no, you're not good enough, right? You try to kiss her, and then she's like, oh, right? And you just brush it off like, oh, okay, and then you just go back to talking like regular. She'll be like, oh shit, this dude, you know, I rejected him and he didn't say nothing. You know, there's always a rule. There's a rule that goes 1 step forward, 2 steps back, right? So if you like touching her on your leg and she moves your hand off, you kind of just like withdraw completely, right? Like you just kind of take yourself out of the situation with her. Like, don't leave or nothing. Just take like whatever in your head is too, like if you put your dick in her, right, and then she's like no, and she takes it out, then you just sit down and just chill, right? Or whatever, you're like touching her or whatever. Anything that you consider 2 steps back, just take those 2 steps away, and then she'll just let her like recharge, right? Because every time that you advance, it's like she loses health, right? And she doesn't want to. It's like playing Tekken or something, or Dragon Ball Z, and she has to like heal, right? You gotta let her heal, so that I don't know, bro. It's weird. That's how I see it. But anyways, that's all I gotta really say for this video. Like the video, comment below what you think, subscribe if you're new. If you have any questions, I will DM you on Instagram at Torius, ask us for interviews, and don't forget to subscribe to the Patreon. And I'll make a video about your question if you ask me a question. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.